When it comes to media release, timing is everything. This can decide the destiny of a franchise. In the case of Yūno, its release was too late, more than 20 years too late. Yūno is an anime about time and the multiverse theorem that has literally been lost in time. Welcome to Aniprop. Let's dive into this. Yūno, a girl who chants love at the bound of this world, the anime, is based on the visual novel of the same title, originally released in 1996 and then remade in 2019. When it came out, it was revolutionary, with a divergence map to show exactly how players' decisions affected the plotline across the multiverse. This level of complexity of storytelling was at the time uncommon in the visual novel scene. Yūno is credited in the fanbase as having laid the groundwork for future novels with complex storytelling like Fate Stay Night and Steins Gate, two of my personal favorites. There was a hentai adaptation released in 1998 by Studio Pink Pineapple. I made sure to watch this, strictly for research purposes. It's actually not that great as a hentai, and it ambitiously tries to adapt the entire 50-hour visual novel into 4 OVA episodes. Needless to say, this adaptation was not a success. In 2019, Yūno received a full 2-core anime adaptation based on the 2019 re-release of the visual novel. Yūno features a multi-dimensional harem where Takuya Arima receives the reflector device from his father Kodai Arima, who is assumed dead at the start of the series. The reflector device is a major plot tool in the anime and an important video game mechanic in the visual novel. The reflector device allows Takuya to create a divergent point and shift the dimension of the current proceedings. The anime does a good job of showing us how the mechanics work. We see that all things on Takuya's person are taken with him to the diverging dimension. Also important to note that he must use one of the jewels on the device to create a divergence point or save point, after which pressing the central operation button places Takuya back in time at that point in the divergent universe. Takuya uses the device to assist the girls which constitute his harem, as well as to collect important artifacts that help him solve the mysteries of his father's research. Yūno, the visual novel, was viewed as revolutionary, but the anime is relatively unknown and the reviews are mostly negative. This is unfortunate because in an alternate universe, if this anime had been made in 1998 instead of the hentai OVA, it would be a classic that we still talk about today. Yūno is adapted by Studio Feel. This is a studio responsible for Kiss Sis and the very popular My Teen romantic comedy Snafu. So they have the credentials, but the anime falls flat in some areas. The first area the critics often attack is the animation itself. I think the animation partly suffers because of the source content. The character models are exactly the same as the 2019 visual novel. As the adaptation attempts to be as true to source material as possible, visual novel illustrations are static and benefit greatly from this in the detail department. The anime, however, captures the same detail, but it doesn't look as good in motion. In playing the visual novel and watching the anime, I genuinely think that nothing is lost in the adaptation with regards to the illustrations. For better or for worse, this anime does look like an eroge. Another thing it is criticized for is the plotline being all over the place. Notably, in episode 18, Takuya uses the reflector device to go to Della Grante, a world in an alternate dimension. Yes. At the 3/4 point, this story turns into an isekai. one of the very early examples of this. Had the anime been released in 1998, the isekai element of this anime would have been viewed as revolutionary. Critics instead called the paradigm shift of the story jarring and off-putting. Isekai has been done so often since the release of this visual novel that it doesn't seem special or unique in Yūno, but just contrived. Some quick positives. The music is good. The characters are likable except Yuki. No one likes Yuki. I like the story and how willing the plot is to dive into some dark concepts. This was unfortunately hurt by the fact that the production decided to make it a PG-13 rated anime. If it was for mature audiences, I believe it could have been more impactful with its delivery on these dark concepts. The lore and mystery behind Yūno is immense. There is so much depth to the setting that I found myself trying to consume any Yūno related material just to learn more about it. Mysteries such as where is Kodai Aruma and Keiko Aruma at the start of the series? These are the main characters' parents, who are missing without cause. It's a large mystery and hangs over the series. I plan to make a further video exploring these questions and other fan theories. Overall, I enjoyed this anime, primarily because I love both time travel and isekai, so this was heaven for me, in terms of the narrative. I can't help but view the late release of this anime as a missed opportunity. Had it been released in 1998, people would be talking about Yūno in the same sentences as anime classics like Evangelion. But alas, I hope the truly informed can enjoy it as much as I did. Thanks for watching today. Like and subscribe for more Yūno content coming next week.